All right, hey guys, I'm Donald Diggs,
I'm Sky P.
and the cover of the day today is films, friends, or foes. Now, as far as that being said, before we get into the topic of what we're going to be talking about today, I want to announce a few things as far as some changes of social of what we're going to be doing. So soon we will have a Discord server up where you can interact with us individually and throw out suggestions and whatnot in Discord, and really just be in the community, if that makes sense. So we'll be getting that set up soon. Should be set up, I want to say, Saturday. We won't probably open until like Monday or Tuesday, and I will put that in the link tree in the description below. But other than that, Sky, what you got?
I'm just vibing right now, drinking some coffee, got some water. I'm slightly congested, guys. I'm sorry. So if I sound like I have a sock in my mouth, I'm sorry.
So if I sound like if I have a sock in my mouth.
Listen, dude, it's pain.
Is it
Sore
bad
throat.
or is it like?
I had a sore throat the other day. It was painful, dude.
Oh god. But yeah, as far as I'm actually, why are you drinking coffee if your throat's sore?
Because it's not hot.
I mean, you could have drunk some tea.
Also, coffee's delicious. It was tea. I do love tea, but I would drink black tea. So.
I feel like tea would help your throat more than coffee.
It would help my throat more than coffee. Except for the thing is just that I feel like making tea. So I am now drinking coffee.
Alright then. I don't know how to explain that one then. But alright then. Cause it's like you would think if your throat hurt you would just make the tea.
Yeah, but tea takes too long.
What?
Listen,
you put the water in the cup, then you put the tea bag in the cup.
Yeah, but it's not that simple because you have to heat it up the right temperature.
Bro, coffee, you gotta do all this extra shit. They want you to add milk, creamer.
No, I didn't. It was already coffee made. I didn't have to do shit.
I don't know how to explain that one.
All I had to do was get some coffee, put it in a cup, and drink it. I didn't have to sit there and wait for water to boil. I didn't have to hear the little ee from the tea kettle. I didn't have to hear all that. All I had to do was get a cup, pour me a mug of coffee. And this is the Coffee Tavern. I'm sticking to a brand here.
A brand? When the hell did we get brand?
Oh man.
This is the Coffee Tavern, episode 4, brought to you by Raid Shadow.
Oh shit.
Like what? Not even just that. On top of that, let's dive into what's going on. So I was on Netflix a while ago, and I noticed that they're adding a lot of new things to Netflix as far as the lineup. Now, I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna just read off some of the things I've been watching on Netflix. Alright, so number 1, we got Queen's Gambit, which is actually really good. I'm on episode 4. And then, alright, number 2, we got Not Shit, because Netflix really hasn't been bumping like that lately. Like, they have stuff, but then they don't have shit to watch. And I feel like all the shit that they pop out is just generic shit that people watch because they're bored or they're like middle-aged and they don't have a job.
Damn, bro.
Bro,
I'm gonna ditch track on Netflix.
Bro, it's so annoying being in class or whatever, or like at a place of work, and someone goes, "Hey, did you watch what's that show called with the Crown? Did you watch The Crown?"
Watch The Crown. Did you watch The Crown? They make fun of you because you didn't watch
exactly.
The show
and you're like, bro, there's nothing good about that shit at all. The show's ass. Like, the show's good. Granted, look, this is all my opinion. The show is not a bad show, okay? But is it trash? Hell yeah, it's trash. Here's why. Let me explain. The Crown is basically a show going through the timeline of each queen. And right now they're on Diana's saga. And if you follow real world events, you know Diana was either taken off the throne, catch my drift, or she escaped. There's a lot of theories around Diana that not really everyone covers, but we all individually know what the hell happened. So
Yeah.
yeah, like you get what I'm saying, Sky, like right?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You know, when Netflix releases something and people are like, yeah, you know, maybe you just have to watch it again. What the fuck? Like, okay, my bad. So when you eat food, right, or even when you listen to music, I don't know. I shouldn't have to watch something or listen to something again. It just takes a one time. Like it's the first impression. And you keep watching it, and it's just like over and over. It's like it ain't about it. I ain't about it.
Yeah, no, it definitely don't. It definitely don't add up. And another thing, like for example, Grimes, when you go to popular on Netflix, right? They have this thing to where you put everything up as far as like what's top 10, and the top 10s don't actually be top 10s. Like you get what
You
I'm
see
saying?
that?
Like what's that new show that just came out? It's called Bridgeton. That's what it's called. And Bridgeton, I watched a good episode of it, and it's almost like a DLC version of The Crown, which makes no sense. Like you
You're
catch what I'm
really
saying?
obsessed with this. Yeah, you're really obsessed with this crown. You sure you don't like it?
Listen, here's why. Because I've heard about it so much that it's really hard to like not talk about it. That makes sense.
It makes sense.
It
Makes
like
sense.
it lives in my head rent free because like I just don't understand the show at all. Like, and I watched, and what makes it worse is I was interested in The Crown. I've watched I think 3 full seasons of it, and I was like, all right, this is pretty heat. But then after the 4th season, I was like, wait a second, are they fucking teaching? Are they trying to
Shit.
teach me
Like a
what the
little
hell?
metamorphosis.
Yeah, like what?
It's going from like, you know, an actual show and then goes into like a teacher talking to you pretty much.
Hey, thank you. So then look, again, another top 10, Cobra Kai, right? Let me read you word for word.
I'm listen, I'm nervous for what you're about to say to this.
Look, let me read you word for word the description that Netflix gave Cobra Kai. Okay.
Alright.
Decades after the tournament that changed their lives, the rivalry between Johnny and Daniel reignites in the sequel to the Karate Kid film. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Now, here's the problem I have with Cobra Kai.
Here we go.
Cobra Kai is a good show. Have I watched it? Yes, I watched the complete season 1 of Cobra Kai. And after that,
season 2.
look, I did, because I wasn't gonna talk about it unless I didn't watch it. Seen season 2, I'm not watching season 3. They turned Cobra Kai into like High School Musical, but with your fists. Like, go ahead and say I'm wrong,
Such a
bro.
weird fucking analogy.
Bro, look, it's like Riverdale, but everybody got hands.
It's like Riverdale, but everybody got hands, bro.
Because
Imagine
look,
Riverdale with people just fighting.
bro, exactly. This is Riverdale, but everybody got hands. This is the best analogy I can make it. It's mystery, it's drama, it's love, it's passion, and it's motherfuckers with hands.
That's so funny, dude. I'd never heard that analogy in my life.
Because think about it. They all had these wacky ass characters, and they all had their own personal strengths, weaknesses, their own backstories of why they are who they are, and they got hands. Riverdale, they're all their individual characters, they got background stories, drama, and all that, but they got no hands.
You're making it seem like it's like a Michael Bay movie, like, you know, a dude fighting a Decepticon.
No. For example, Archie on that show, that motherfucker got hands. Okay, he can swing. Jughead can't fight to save his life, bro. I don't understand how he be winning some of his fights with the way they show him boxing. Like, you see Archie get up there, alright, he got a good stance. Alright, know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He about that, because he does wrestling and he does boxing. Cool. He pulled a Conor McGregor. He went from wrestling to boxing. Then you got Jughead. And Jughead just be swinging his arms, bro. Like, just swinging them shits. Not really aiming for nothing, just punching. and still whooping their ass, which I find very hard and unrealistic. But Cobra Kai, nah, 5-year-olds will toss anybody in the world, bro. Like the whole show is about people throwing their hands, and the motive behind the villains in these seasons just don't make sense. Like, oh yeah, you were the top dog at one point. Cool, I'm the top dog now. I got a dojo now. Bro, we're grown ass men. Why are our students fighting in the middle of the hallway, bro?
Oh god.
Bro, Cobra Kai turned into gang wars, bro. It's a battle royale.
Wars, bro. Be like,
Bro.
I'm on the wrong side of the hallway.
Yeah, bro, like they be out there repping they dojo like they repping colors in different sets, bro. Like, I don't understand.
What dojo you bang from, cuz?
What dojo you banging, bro?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say on that one.
I agree and disagree with what you said about Cobra Kai. I do think it is Riverdale with hands, but it's not at the same time.
Yeah, no.
Along with that, there's another show I've been watching. Recently been watching like a lot of their series on Netflix, like not necessarily new series, but some of like the older series that I may have missed. Like I remember I was watching Sabrina with nephew and things of that sort. I mean, I don't know, Sabrina was something that my mom used to tell me about as a kid, so I was like, all right, might as well give it a try. If you haven't watched it, I mean, should, because it's pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. If you're like into like witchcraft and things of that sort, like history shows and stuff like that, then you'll really like it.
Yeah, no, definitely. But as far as shows go on Netflix, there's a lot of shows that are coming out soon, relatively soon. They're adding Demon Slayer. That's coming out January 22nd. And yeah, I'm pretty sure all anime fans have been
Already
watched.
had
Yeah, already has seen it. I'm not gonna talk about Disenchantment. I'm gonna talk about it.
Let's continue on.
They're adding a live action version of Fate. In my opinion, don't watch that shit. Anyway, going on, we have Kuroko's basketball, and I feel like Sky can. Sky can bounce off that because I've never seen that anime.
I'm not gonna go into like the main story. It's pretty much a basketball anime. If you've ever watched Haikyuu, then you'll like Kuroko's for sure. Because the whole like story is that there's a whole team of basketball players. They're just so disgusting at the game, man. Like they're all just so nasty. Like all I'm gonna say is just watch it, because like I was gonna give you like a Bible, but like it's kind of gonna spoil what happens. So like I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, and I'm just gonna say watch it and keep an open mind, even though it is a basketball anime.
All right, yeah. I'll check it out. I'll check it out later. As far as time, what would you do if you had a time machine?
Go back to before my throat hurt, or
try not to laugh.
I'm kidding. I would probably go see like, I don't even know what I'd say. I would go see like a big figure in history, or like go back to like an ancient time period. Like go back to like Sparta or like Athens. Like some people want to like, oh, I'll go back to when Abe Lincoln was shot. Nah, that's kind of beat, not gonna lie. Like, bro, if I go back to ancient history, I could see how the fuck they figured out to build some of this shit. You go back to ancient Egypt, you see who like gave them the idea to build pyramids. You know what I mean? What about you, Dino?
I'm a hustler at the end of the day. I'm going back in time again and bringing something that they had back then and just bringing it to the future. I go back, I bring 64 cents, Sky. I bring 64 cents, bro. Go back in time, buy a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do.
A Nintendo 64 when it came out was $20.
like the gold bars in the sea that like from like sunken ships. You go down there, there's like a bunch, there's like rare jewels and stuff, and like get like any of those, like it's a wrap.
You're not wrong. Going back and finding like old ancient pieces and bringing them back.
I don't know
That's a
if I'd
smart
bring
play.
them back. I don't know if I'd bring them back, bro, because I'm not trying to alter all the damn history, but I'll just kind of try to be as careful as possible. I don't know. It'd just be so cool to go see like what their mindset was back then.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I feel as though, as far as like what you just said about like going back in time and like seeing how they did certain shit, I was confused for a minute because I was like, is he talking about history class? Because that's basically what history class does. They make you feel like you went back in time. They're like, hey, like they're selling something illegal, and they're like, hey, you want to learn about something right quick?
Like I just want to see how the fuck, like, what gave them the idea to invent some of this shit. Like you just like you ever like be playing like a game, like I guess you could say like Resident Evil 7, like if you've ever played and they have like that shadow locked doors. Like I just want to know who the fuck builds shit like that. Like who the fuck built this shit?
So like basically, you're asking me something from the past that's brought to today.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so say I go back in time and I want to see, I don't know, the first fucking tire, right? And I want to see if maybe, because there's plenty of times where like people were trying to make one thing, but they ended up making something else. I want to see what their original idea was and see how the fuck he got to a tire, how we're using it for today. Or like a wheel, I guess you could say. It wouldn't be a tire.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense as far as what you're talking about. Like, how the hell did someone think about making a microwave? Like, what the fuck were they trying to do?
Yeah, like you just be so fast. I mean, it's kind of obviously like whether they're like, yeah, bro, my food kind of cold, but like I don't feel like starting a fire, so I don't feel like turning on my stove. So
Yeah, let me.
Wasn't that invented during like the fucking space race?
I think so. Because I think they were fucking around during the space race. They were fucking around with a lot of different things.
Yeah, they were trying astronauts. They're like, damn, bro, if I go into space and my food cold, I'm gonna have a fit.
They're gonna go to space, be like, oh, I packed you a lunch. By the time they get to the upper atmosphere, they're like, oh shit, my food cold.
Like, god damn it. It's hard as a rock.
I can't
like,
eat
how
none
am I
of
gonna
this.
heat it up?
You know
And
what?
it was like, here's how you heat it up.
Exactly, bro. That actually is bringing me into a more talkative state. So like, all right, for example, let's say you go back in time, right? Who the hell thought of making a Game Boy? Like, who the hell thought of making a Nintendo?
Some creative ass fucking people.
Yeah,
I
because
just don't know.
the first
some
console,
creative ass people.
the first game, like digital game, was Pong, and then from Pong it went to a bunch of different shit. So it's like, without that first game, none of this other shit would have been made.
Exactly.
So that being said, it's more as far as like, for example, like anime. The first anime wasn't even on TV. It was on pen and paper. Like it was a puppet. It was a manga. Like it was a puppet show or whatever. And then from there they said, okay, let's get the MC bringing the shonen antagonist.
The MC bringing the show to antagonist. The voice actor rearing to go, and boom.
Basically, it was a Japanese version of cartoons, because what we see as anime is basically just their cartoons. To us, it's just anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense?
Yeah, let me just elaborate further on what he's saying, bro. Like, so pretty much their cartoons is just like standard animation over there.
Yeah, but we call it anime.
Like their standard animation looks like that. Our standard animation is like,
SpongeBob.
like 4-finger hands. Yeah, like 4-finger hands, big old eyes.
Yeah.
And just like really cartoony.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I could go back in time, I actually know, because then if I went back to the present, I'd get killed on sight. I was thinking about going back in time. Let's say you go back to like a really important war, right? You can do a lot of things during that time, and then if you bring it back, you could be rich forever. For example, let's say you pick up an old war gun, but back then it's not old, it's brand new, and then you bring it to the present. You know how much that'd be worth?
I mean, it'd be worth a good amount of money. You really just gonna? That's what you're gonna bring back out of all the things that you could like figure out. You're gonna bring back an old war gun.
No, I'm just saying,
It's
like,
only gonna be worth like
I'm
a
just
few
saying, for
like
example,
thousand.
because, like, all right,
Yeah, I
but
get
look,
it. For example,
yeah,
bro,
but
I'm
look, but think
bringing
of it like
back some
this.
ancient shit, bro. I'm going to the Knights of Templar. I'm getting like some of their ancient relics.
Yeah, but then you got to explain where you got it from and how.
Found it washed up on a beach. Not gonna believe it, but of course, I found it washed up on a beach. Like,
Every year goes by, he has a brand new ancient ass.
yeah, exactly. Got a new, brand new, ancient everything,
Oh, where'd you
bro.
find this one? On the beach. Look, you just start looking at you like, I don't think he's finding this shit on the beach, bro.
Yeah, like, why does he finding so much stuff? Gonna kidnap me, dissect me, or some shit?
Honestly, I feel like the government would catch on after a while. Like after a few jumps back to the past, they'd be like, all right, he's definitely moving back and forth.
Oh yeah, if you keep bringing things back, that's why you go. That's why you go to everywhere as a different person.
Just bring back Michael Jackson.
Yeah, bring him back when he was a kid,
They're gonna
and you
look at him.
just
They're gonna
like,
be like,
I don't know.
"How the hell did you do that?" He was like, "Well, he never died."
There's a lot of good you can do with a time machine. There's a lot of bad you can do with a time machine. Like, there's just a lot of stuff you could do with a time machine. Like, damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's a decent amount of stuff that you can like do and talk about as when it comes to time machines and the effects that they have on people in the world of today. If that makes sense. Because
Yeah, you could be effectively immortal.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, bro. Like for example, like you could branch off in Lynn's conversation and just go really deep down the rabbit hole of time machines, bro. Like, and about all the stuff that they can do, like the effects that they have, the butterfly effect, all that, and the third.
But yeah. So what I could say about that is like, with a time machine, you can go back in time, right? You go back in time, cause like certain things to happen. You don't know the butterfly effect. Killing a butterfly can ripples across time. Say you were to, let's say you kill somebody, whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
alter that forever, which is why there's a lot of good and like evil that can be done with a time machine. Say like there's a lot of people who would say like, yeah, I'd go back and like, kill Adolf Hitler, whatever, and before he does all this. But the thing about history is that history will always find like a way to correct itself. At least from like what I would think, like history will find a way to correct itself. Because
Yeah,
if it wasn't Hitler that did those things, it would be someone else who did.
you're right in that statement. Now, backing off of that for a
Time
little bit,
machine.
yeah, from time
Yeah.
machines. Now, there's a main topic of this podcast, of this episode, that I really want to dive into, and that is your friends really have it for your best interest? And what I mean by that is, for example, the squad you rock with, do they really rock with you in the way that you think they do? Or do they do it to just be, to leech off you and your success? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for example, I got a pretty clean squad. I got a pretty clean lineup. Shout out to the homie, because, and he's allowing me to say his name. David, he a solid dude. When I had my summer school for math, he hooked me up. He helped me with that. And, he was really there for me when I needed that help in that area. He a real solid dude. As far as everybody else, I ain't really asked if I could, like, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as that being said, they some pretty solid people, and I do respect them in the way they operate and how they move. Like, for example, like me and you,
Yeah.
we pretty on the same page when it comes to a lot of different things.
Yeah. Too much, man.
Yeah, like there's people that will be your friends, but not really rock with you, if that makes sense. Like if it's just you and them, they act like your friend. But if you're in a bigger group of people, they switch up. I don't like that. I don't like that choppiness.
Like that either.
Yeah, like you could piggyback off this conversation, bro. Like give it
Like, bro, I ain't about like that. Like people like, bro, when I'm with you, bro, I want you to be 100, bro. Keep it 100 with me because I want to like when I meet people, I want to get to know the real them.
If someone really your friend, like your success is their success. If you have something perfect going on, you know what I'm saying, and let's say your friend sees that you're being successful, your friend should back you up with your success. He shouldn't feel odd that you're being successful.
And don't be a hater.
Yeah, like don't be a hater. Like keep it a bean. Like I'm being successful. You shouldn't want to hold me back from reaching more success. Because in the long run, I can help you out in the end. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Don't knock people's hustle.
Yeah, like don't knock nobody hustle. Like if your friend is saying, "Hey yo, I'm gonna hang out with you later. I'm gonna really try and do what I gotta do." Three. This brings me back to that meme, bro. He was like, 3 stages of a real motherfucker: grind, struggle, grind, shine. Perfect prime analogy. Struggle, grind, shine. You struggle, then it's the grind stage. And then once you've done the grind stage and you done putting all the hard work that you put in to get to where you wanted to get to, that's where you start to shine. That's where the shine kick in. Like what we doing with this podcast. You know what I'm saying? This is the grind part. We actually putting the work in and socializing, connecting with people that we need to connect to get to the shine. Like you get what I mean?
Yeah. I want to build a nice community around us, and hope like we get to meet all of you someday and like talk to you guys. And I don't know, I want to see the way each of you guys watch our videos. Thank you very much, and I want to see the way you guys grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like and see how you take the things that we say and put it into your own, I guess, life or your own way of interpreting how your friends operate. Like there's some people out there, and it's bad because it's true, that will literally be your friend because they see that potential in you and they want to piggyback off that. And granted, that's not cool. Like I don't really mess with that. I ain't gonna lie. That's not cool. If you not with me just to be with me, but you with me because you know that at some point I'ma shine and you want to leech off that shine, that's not cool. I gotta cut you off at that point because you acting weird. Like
I know what you mean. A lot of things that I know, won't say who they are at all, but I know my close friends. He's a streamer, and there are people like that. I'm not gonna say like get off his shine or whatever, but there are people like that that really are trying to like leech off people so that they can find themselves in a situation that is better for themselves. They get really desperate, I guess you could say the word would be, because some of them grind and they realize that they can't do it, so they look
leech
for
off
someone to help.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like they try and like ride with someone else. No, I'm not for that. Like you have your own path, I got my own path. If we shine in our own different way, and it's your unique way of you shining, of how you got your shine, cool. But if you just try and piggyback off the shine that I have, then no, it don't make sense. It don't make sense to me. I did an experiment. Right? If you go to my Dino Dix page on Instagram, I posted that I had a Tesla, right? Like Sky, you remember that? You seen it, right?
Yeah.
That shit was not mine. I was just test driving the car. Thousands of people hit my DMs that I did not rock with or talk to in years because they thought I had a Tesla. The reason why I say this is because this experiment showed me who to fuck with and who to leave alone. The people that were contacting me were saying basically similar same things as far as, hey yo, so you rich now? Or like, hey yo, like I ain't know you had this, that, and the third. We should hang out sometime. No, where was you at? You know what I'm saying? When I ain't had it. Where was you at? When I was trying to be your friend and I didn't have this Tesla. Granted, I
made
don't.
fun of me.
Yeah, you was acting weird. Now you see me, looking nice, feeling good about myself, post myself, with this, something that you don't have, but you wish you had. Now you want to talk to me. No, go somewhere.
Yeah, for real. I definitely feel that, bro. I remember seeing that, and then like you were telling me the next day, you're like, "Damn, bro! Like a lot of people hit me up." And he's like, "Bro, I really just made me bring like a lawnmower to the snakes in the grass."
Yeah, bro, like y'all really just helped me weed out who I needed to weed out from who I was talking to.
Yeah.
Going forward with
Sorry.
that, people when they see you, and this goes for anybody, this goes for all y'all. If you have something that someone else wants or wish they had, and then they start talking to you, let that be your first red flag for that person. None of the people that you talk to should never come back to talking to you after you post something or say something of you having something that they want. Because then that shows you just the type of person they are. Let's say you post yourself with a PS5. Now everybody hitting you up. Hey yo, how the PS5? How is this? Hey yo, maybe I should come over, we could play a game or two. No. Cause it's mine. I worked hard to get this object, and now you want to talk to me because I have something that you don't have. Some friends out there, or some people who say that they are your friends, they will use the term friend to get you in the long run. And I don't mean that in a bad way. There are some genuine ass friends out there who I'm pretty sure if y'all know y'all circles. Y'all know who y'all hang out with out in public and who y'all just, text on the low. That being said, for me, there's a few people that I strictly only text and don't hang out in public with. I'm not gonna say who they are. I'm just say there's a decent amount of people who I just text and don't hang out with in public.
Yeah.
Going off of that, the reason why you have to watch people that you hang out with and watch what they do and say is because not everybody got it for your best interest. And what I mean by that is sometimes you might have grown up with this person, but they could have been jealous of you the entire time. And you didn't know no better because you grew up with that person. You would never think that they do something so grimy. That makes sense? You get what I'm saying, Sky?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah.
Alright, so look, going off of that, sometimes you gotta test your friends. And yeah, it's gonna be weird, but sometimes you gotta see or listen to their response. And eventually they just slip up at some point. Prime example, I caught one person. Actually, I caught two people with the same sentence, right? Just to see and hear their response, to know if I could continue talking to these people. I texted them, right? And I was home. I wasn't out and about. But the example that I'm going to give you is from what I had texted. I said, hey, yo, bro, I'm stuck here, such and such. Can you come pick me up? Right? He then says, nah, you're beat. You gonna have to walk. Or, yeah, I'll pick you up, but I'm gonna need some bread. Right? The other person I texted didn't say none of that. They just straight up said, all right, bet, where you at? All right, cool, I'll come get you. I'm gonna, get my mom, we gonna come pick you up. Two completely different responses, same question.
Oh.
The one person
Okay.
had it for their own interest. Because when I needed their help, they didn't give it to me. They wanted something in return for helping me. The other person, straight up off rippo, no hesitation. All right, bet. I get my mom. I'll figure out a way to, come get you. Then I let them know individually. Hey, yo, I was just joking. I just want to see what your response was going to be. The person that said, no, I'm not going to come get you, they said, yeah, I was just joking around. Kind of hard to believe that you were joking around when, you know what I'm saying? Because you said that, then left me on read for a good minute while I was texting the other person. If it was a joke, you would have said, nah, I'm just playing around. But you didn't. You didn't say none of that. You didn't say so after the fact that I said, nah, I'm just joking.
How it be? It's just...
It's weird like
know,
that.
man.
It's weird. And it makes me mad because it's like, I pray for a lot of people, right? Because I'm a very... People may think I'm not, and it's weird because the way I show myself around like my family members or while in the public for certain people, I'm a goofy person. I'm a very goofballish person. But when I'm quiet, that's when you should probably, start paying attention to what I'm doing. Because if there's ever a time I'm out in public and I'm not saying nothing or I'm looking around, just know I'm being observant of what I'm seeing and who's in my surrounding area of people that I'm talking to. Alright? Or just people in general. If I'm ever out in a friend group and I'm not saying nothing the entire time, just know I'm watching, seeing what people are doing. I'm not judging. I'm just observing my surroundings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I'm Scott. I'm pretty sure like you had some scenarios where like you really had to like test to see like who was with you and who was against you.
Yeah. I have a few actually. I remember I was with my brother at that time. I had to see like who would like help me. We walked to a store. It was probably around like 4 or 5 miles away, and it was in the middle of summer, and we had to walk there to get money for other brother. He catch the bus. So I called my friends. One of them didn't even pick up, or one of them declined it. The other three, they said there was like, yeah, no, I can't come get you. And I was like, okay, maybe not. And then the other one was like, you're beat. And the last person I called uh, was for a family friend of mine, and I was like, yo, can you come pick me up? Like, it was like 98 degrees out. We had like 5 more miles to walk back. They said yes. So those other three people, I haven't heard from since that day. So they didn't even check to see if I made it home at all. That just really showed me like who was really in my circle, or who was really ready to help me when I needed it, or who was like a real person. Who was I really tight with at that time? Who could I put like faith in, or how can I say this? Like,
Put your trust
yeah,
in.
yeah. Who's the closest person that will be down for me, and I can be down for them too? Because to this day, like I said, I haven't heard from those other three people. I talk to the other one on a regular basis. He's a family friend, and I'll be grateful for her for doing that, and hence why I remembered it, because it was something that I really needed at that time. Like, probably gonna pass out from heat exhaustion, but it was it's not the fact that you have to test people or anything like that. Even some just regular everyday situations would show people's true colors. Like, I remember, or my friend, what's it called, down in Vineland, I was talking to him because I wasn't feeling right. I was feeling depressed and whatever. I wanted to talk to him. I was like, bro, I really gotta talk to you right now. He was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna talk to you yet, or what's it called? He said, not right now. So I was like, all right. And then I go a few days go by, I ask him again, and then still doesn't want to talk to me until he started leaving me on red. So I was like, all right, whatever. I just gave up, and I was like, whatever, dude. I just push back, and sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta take your hands off the steering wheel, just let it go. See something happening, sometimes you just gotta let it go, because that's gonna reveal who's true to you, who's gonna check up on you, who's gonna see if you alright.
You know what? And going more into that, COVID really shows you who's with you and who's not with you. Like,
Facts.
real easy, real simple. When COVID kicked off, or before COVID kicked off, if you was in school, anyone that you seen, you just talked to because y'all was just there. Y'all was in the hallway.
Yeah.
COVID, came into play, and we had that 2-week lockdown, and that 2-week lockdown turned into another 2 weeks, and another 2 weeks, and then it just wound up shutting down school. Who really checked on you? Who really texted you and said, hey, yo, like, yo, you and your fam good? Like, I haven't heard from you in a minute. I know we not being in school, but like, I just want to check on you. Whoever sent you those messages is the people that you stick with, because anyone else that didn't do that is people that really don't have it for you in their best interest. And what I mean by that is, for me, I called and checked on a few people because I actually did, care. Like, I called you for a minute. You didn't pick up, but I know your situation, so it's different. But at some point you came back and said, hey, bro, it's been a minute, yada yada yada, I was doing this, that, and the third. You at least called me back, right?
Yeah.
Other people that I was calling never picked up the phone, so I stopped calling.
Yeah.
We get back into how things used to be. Oh, I just seen you in school. Oh yeah, like, like talk to you and they socialize with you, cool. But the real play is if they actually cared if you was good or not. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't care if you didn't, if like we talked and we was cool, whatever, and you know, you gave me back that same energy. That's cool, that's fine. But COVID kicks off and I call you and I'm like, and I text you, I'm like, hey yo, like, I hope you and your family are good, whatever. No response. Or I'd get a response and it'd be a weird ass response like, hey yo, I'm a little busy, yada yada yada. Cool. Month goes in. No one is saying nothing. And there's only, from out of the 6, not even 6, out of the 10 people I talked to, I dubbed it down from 10 to 3. Like, that's how fast it went. It went from all these people I was talking to now it's just 3 main people, because that's really the only people I can talk to. Because one, they wasn't, how do I put this in the best term? Alright, so look, anyone that checked on you while COVID was off, and they was checking on you and your family, you know, see if y'all was good, those are the people that are not in it for themselves. They in it because, you know, they actually care about you as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, they actually wanted to check on you, make sure you were straight. The people that you called and they didn't call you back, or they just didn't hit you up at all, those are the people that you kind of step away from. Granted, the situation might be different. Like, might not have a phone or nothing, right? But in this day and age, it's really difficult to be like, yeah, I couldn't get into contact with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Very true.
all the stuff we had, and you couldn't just hit me up, send me a quick message like, hey bro, you good? Like, I know COVID, you know, is all this stuff. I just want to make sure you were straight. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Going back into what I was saying earlier about success. A friend should never hold you back from getting to your goal. And what I mean by that is, there's a time for play and there's a time for the grind. You know what I'm saying? The play is when, hey yo, we hanging out, we gonna have a good time. The grind is when, hey yo, I'm gonna take a break for a little while. I'm gonna really start getting to this bread, getting to this bag. Right? Never mix someone who wants to play during grind time at all. Leave that person alone. You can still talk to that person, but just know when it comes to something serious, leave that person out of the fold.
Yeah.
Because there's a time for play and there's a time for grind. If your friend wants to play during grind time, leave him alone to an extent. He may, you know, at heart be genuine about just, you know, just hanging out with you. But let him know or let her know, whoever, and just be like, hey yo, we're trying to get this work done. Like, I'll talk to you later, or I'll hit you up another time. Right? Like Scott, you get what I mean?
Yeah. I feel it. Like, how can I say this? Like, eyes are always on you. You know, in social media's eye of you. Like, there's just people who like to take pictures and things of that sort. Like, I would say, like, me, like, if I'm out somewhere nice, like, you know, maybe I'll take a picture or something. And, you know, like, some people will knock what you're doing. Like, they'll be like, yeah, bro, that you're there, like, that's whack. Or you're trying to do this and no, that's whack. Or, like, you know, like, a lot of people will knock, like, the fact that you're doing something. Like, one thing that a lot of people knock is, like, say for right now, like, college. There are some people who they'll knock you for not going to college, or they'll knock you for going to college. They'll call you dumb for going to college, or they'll call you dumb for not going. There's a lot of, like, people like that right now. So best thing for you to do is find people who will support you. I guess you could say no matter what, like, no matter which way you go, like, keep it 100 with you. And, like, you know, there's the friends who try to give you those suggestions, like, hey, maybe, like, you shouldn't have done that. But I'm not going to try to control your life, or I just want to, like, your goals you want to align your goals with someone else. You don't want them to be the same thing. Like, you want your goals to be overlapping, but not parallel, meaning that you and your friend will be friends through the way both of your goals will be. And you want to make sure you guys stay tight, but you keep going on your different paths. Does that make sense?
It do. I get what you're saying. So let me piggyback off that. When you mean by intertwine is, like, you want to stay close to that person while y'all knock out your goals, but if parallel being put into play as far as y'all distant and y'all completing y'all goals, and then y'all get more and more distant. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Like you guys just don't like you go from talking and then you just become parallel and you just don't talk for the rest of your life because everyone has friends like that and you guys are just like distant and you don't talk and it's just really awkward for both of you guys to try to reach out to each other because you don't know how they're going to react. Just I would say just try to keep yourself tight, know who your clique is, and just make sure you got your circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to kind of wrap it all up, I mean, what I really want y'all, I know we was talking about a lot of bullshit earlier in the podcast as far as time machines and Netflix films. But
Yeah.
to really wrap up this episode of Films, Friends, or Foes, what I really want y'all to take out of this podcast and really like pay attention to is the people around you and what their motives are and what are your motives, and just see who around you can trust and who around you, you just gotta leave alone at that point. So that being said, I'm Dino Diggs,
I'm Sky P.
and that's gonna be the end of episode 4. See y'all next time at the Coffee Tavern.